asynchronous to versus synchronous. All right, school devices. Of course, we kind of talked about the way that the kids are going to be in classes, but we got to make sure they get their devices right. Right now, I think we had maybe our juniors and sophomores are starting to come in. We have Monday, Tuesday, 2 more days of it. We might be going, obviously, to our freshmen. So there's device distribution. If you don't, you have to fill out a form. Everybody has to fill out a form, especially our 9th, 10th, and 11th. So 12th graders did not do, but we're working with our 10th, 11th, and 12th to fill out the form. If you do not want the device, you have to check off that you don't want the device. Hotspots also can be asked through an email through Mr. Nunez, and his email is right there. And if by any chance, if you have a child that might have graduated and they haven't returned one, please return it. If they left, or they're going to be leaving LSU, please return it as well. And if they're not working, you need to bring them in and see Mr. Nunez, and he's going to help you with that. So that's our school devices, okay? Device care, and this just a little bit, again, this is all in the handbook, proper care. Parents model it, share with your child what they need to do to take care of their laptop, the Chromebooks that we're giving to them. Keep it in a safe place. It's only for school purpose, so they shouldn't be playing games. They shouldn't be doing anything else. It should be because we wanted to make sure it's always going to be ready for them for school reasons, right? And of course, where vandalism is the responsibility of the parent. This is ed code, and it's anything, right? Books, anything that we have at a school, the parents will be responsible. So we wanted to make sure you knew that about the ed code, and to make sure that your child gets this device, which you're signing off on, they have to take care of it, and you can help them make sure they're taking care of those steps. Okay, so here's the classes online. Just to go back a little bit, accessing classes online. Again, this is the handbook. How the students, it's their email. If they don't know email, okay, they got to call the school. We got to set it up for them. We have their PIN numbers. We have that information to help them. The information is there again to help with the direct office number there to call to help them with the emails. The PIN numbers and emails. So that's our accessing classes online if they don't know how to do that as of right now. But most of our students, if they did, our 10th, 11th, and 12th should be able to. But freshmen, they might be learning if they didn't do it at their middle school. Activating resetting. This is, of course, if they forgot it or lost it, there's a process. And there's a link there up there also as well. Again, we're going to have you call the school to help you with this. But that's what you're going to need. You're going to need that code. You're going to need the date of birth and the PIN number. Okay. Okay, Schoology website. You know what? I'm going to stop right now before I go on. Do we want to get the Spanish speaking, Miss HT, if you want to make sure that happens? Or where are we at with that?
So I have recently just spoke to him, and he is trying to come back in. The way he's entered, it's been difficult to get him in the right place for the interpretation. I do apologize. Okay. So I will let you know as soon as he re-enters.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. H. Okay, so going on to joining the classes online, and this is the process, again, through Schoology, the Schoology website. There's the address you punch in, and you have it as a favorite for your child. Your child needs to have this. You click on the student's link. All the email addresses end with my mail and lusd.net, of course, their password. And we're recommending that the students practice this weekend, right? They could get on and see what's going on with their Schoology account to get ready. And we're going to go over some steps of what's going to happen Tuesday, but they should practice this, right? And get that information and get ready and make sure they have the Zoom ready and so forth to be able to do their classes. All right, preparing for the first day of school. Make sure of course, they have their materials, their Chromebook, make sure the hotspot's working. They have access to their device, their email, everything's working. Again, we want to practice your internet. Tonight we had a glitch with our translator, was not able to get on. So those things that happen. So we got to just try to help and fix it. And make sure they have Zoom in their Chromebooks. If you get one of our Chromebooks, it is already there. Do a test run. And then, of course, the information check with our teachers are putting in for your classes. And that's how you're going to be able to get to all that. So that's preparing for the first day of school. Again, a lot of this information is in the student and family handbook. If you didn't get one, there's hard copies on campus, or you could let me know, email me. And my information is on the website, and I'll send you one back. We have all those available electronically as well as hard copies. Again, student and a family handbook. That's what it's called. It's a very good reference resource. All right, preparing for the first day school continues. Okay, if you have any questions, of course, you're going to contact us all the way up until Monday, because Tuesday we start. But Tuesday at 9 a.m., the way what happens, student gets up in the morning, ready to go. He goes to Schoology, right? He goes to his advisory class, and he's going to be completing modules. That's going to be assigned for him to take care of, he or she to take care of on Tuesday, right? There's 2 modules. In the afternoon, we are going to list on the website, as well as in the robocall this weekend, the links to get to the principal's message to the students, right? And that will be via Zoom. It's going to be a webinar like this. Excuse me, I have to drink a little water, please. I'm talking now a lot, as you know. So the information that they're going to be doing is getting them ready for that first day of school, right? In terms of their teachers, but they have to report, they have to attend, and they're going to get great information. So again, that's the process. Go on to Schoology. You have through the advisory class, and they're going to have the information to get to those modules, to get 2 on Tuesday and 2 on Wednesday. And in the afternoon on Tuesday is going to be the principal's welcome to all students through a webinar. We're giving that information robocall. It's going to be on our website. And also on Wednesday is when the teacher, through their advisory test, is going to communicate and get on all their advisory students to make sure there's that connection, right? To make sure they're on and ready to work on on Thursday or Friday, depending on their schedule, 1-3-5 or 2-4-6, right? So that will happen on Wednesday with the teachers, on Tuesday with the principal in the afternoon. So that information, teachers will be through Schoology in the afternoon on Wednesday, webinar through Access, and we'll give you that information for the principal's message to all the students, okay? As we want to make sure we're communicating to our students on expectations and how they're going to be great students for us this year. All right, so these are just some guides, and again, it's in the handbook on remote guide for students, right? This is what we're going to share with the students when we talk to them, right? They got to get a space to learn, whether it's in their room, if it's a space in the living, wherever you want to have them. Less distractions for the students. Take the breaks when they have the breaks between their assignments and their classes. Make sure to speak up to the teacher, and if the teacher can help them, then we have a lot of people that's going to help them. We have, our counselors, we have our attendance counselor, we have our college counselors. So many people that's going to be able to help our students. So make sure that they speak up and ask questions. And then, of course, they got to take notes to be really prepared for their class, plan their day, and if they want a journal to kind of just keep them in how they're experiencing their education through this pandemic time and online learning. So that's student remote guide. Parents guide, we're asking you just to be the advocate for your child, right? Working with your teacher. Teachers, I say, we have the best teachers at Venice. Work with them, call them, whatever you need. They will reach out to you as well if they see anything going on. Especially just to go back a little bit, if a teacher's not able to communicate with all their advisor kids on this Wednesday, then the teacher's going to try to call after and make sure, hey, why didn't you get on at my time here? And then if we still can't connect, then we're going to have a team of out of the classroom people that's going to help with that as well. So we're going to really make sure all our kids, 2,000 right now, 77, are connected to be ready to go on Thursday. That is the goal. I can't ask you for help. Our offices are open. Either you come in or you call. The best way is email us or call us, and we'll be able to help. Make sure your students stays organized, and you help them with that. They stay focused. And of course, number one is the key. And I apologize that I didn't say that at the beginning. I just hope everybody's safe and healthy during this time of our pandemic. So that's the parent guide. And then the continue learning environment, against that less distraction area that they can study and be ready to take their classes. They're going to be doing all their classes, 6 classes. The schedule, we're going to help you with that. And then the schedule for your homework time and all of that, that's something that will be there. And they attend all classes, because I tell you, if they don't attend, you will hear from somebody from the school. So because we're remote and we're not at school, we will still communicate. We have a great team of counselors and PSA that will knock on doors. We will do home visits if we have to make sure, hey, why you're registered at Venice, why aren't you going? So we do our best, because that's our goal, is to make sure all our kids pass their classes and graduate to Venice. So make sure you help us with making sure your child attends all classes. And then, of course, the etiquette and teaching online. You know, how they talk in these groups, with their groups, how they talk in class. You know, how they're respectful to their teachers. That's all as regular as anything. So make sure you help us with that. And if you could do that, and you make sure the kids do their homework, and you make sure they're studying for their exams or whatever the teachers are requiring, teachers are going to do the rest. You just got to do that. You just give the teacher a person that's going to respect that teacher and work with that teacher, and your child will learn. But that's all we ask from all our students. And of course, having them participate, and you participate. I'm going to go with a little bit at the end in terms of some organizations that you can be part of to be a parent involved in a lot of what that we offer here at Venice. So there's a parent portal. Thank goodness to Mr. Rodriguez. He wasn't able to get on, but he's our A3G counselor, Spanish speaking, so he was able to run 2 parent portals. We had close to 200. We had AM and PM. Again, there's the information there. I'll leave it up a little bit. If you still, as a parent, has not been able to get your PIN to get online, these are the ways, these are the numbers and people to call to get you hooked up. For you to get on, you got to have a PIN number for your kids. If you have 1 or 2 or 3, you got to make sure it's all connected. So that's important that you got the parent portal so you can communicate with teachers. You can get all updated information. You can see how your child is doing. So very important, parent portal. Everybody's taking the learning curve, even myself with this webinar, on how we're all going to do this virtually and through electronics, right, with the internet. So that's the parent portal. Okay, so I think I'm going to go here. I know a lot of questions are coming, so we're going to be able to ask those in real time, but at the end, Ms. HT will maybe help ask me some questions. Maybe finish the parent involvement in HT, and then we could go to the questions if there are any questions that you want to ask me that I might be able to answer.
Yes.
Just to talk about parent involvement, a school community. School-based management, it's a small committee, but you're always involved to come and participate, and you get elected to be on the school-based management. That's what's going to happen on 9/1. We're going to introduce you to all about SPM, and then we're going to pick a board of parents that serves with the principal, with the teacher representative from UTLA, the students, right? So it's all the stakeholders are in this group that makes a lot of decisions, a lot of big decisions for the high school, for Venice High School. So that's one area, right? School site council is also a committee. We have, I believe, around 70% of social disadvantaged students that were allowed to get monies to Venice. They help all our kids. This council helps with direction of how we spend that money. Now, we have, again, a committee of the principal, we have the advisor for Title I, and we have parents, and we have the same thing on SSD. So again, the meeting that we're going to have on 9/1 is going to be both. It's going to be the FSD and SPM. Okay, the English Language Advisory Committee, that's for our English learners. It's a committee that parents come together to support the school on helping our ELs, right? And that's another way to be involved. And one of the next one that I really want to talk about and thank the parents for really working on this. In the past, they used to have a parent group of parents that got together in an organization, and it was for our magnet schools. But last year they voted. They said, no, you know what? We're Venice High School. Yes, we have 3 schools at Venice High School, 2 magnets and a comprehensive, but all our students are at Venice High School, and let's try to help out all our students. So they made a decision to call it the Friends of Gondos Association. So that's another one. Information will come out. I will help with promoting. If you get on their database, they're going to send you stuff on updates about the school and when their meetings are. But I also put that on my robocall when their next meeting is, so that way you'll know when to come to that meeting, as well as our PTSA. And they kind of do the meetings right after each other, so you don't have to come twice. So it works out really good, usually on Tuesday night. And I'm at that meeting, and the lead teachers in our magnet schools and our academies are there. And we're there to ask questions. We're there to address topics that you have about answers that you want. And we meet it every month. And it's a good representation of the leaders of the school and to be able to answer whatever you need. So I didn't want to make this long. I wanted to kind of give you a lot of points. But if there's any questions, if you haven't been answered, I'm going to right now reach out to my assistant principal, Miss HT, to see what, and if anything that I can answer as we're closing. Again, a lot of this information will be on the website. And if you have any questions, please call and we'll be there. Tomorrow, just to throw it out really quick, we're having a 9th grade and new family orientation from 10 to 11. The information's on our website, and that's how to access that Zoom. That's going to be a Zoom, not a webinar, so it's going to be more interactive. We're going to have a lot of our teachers speaking about their programs, our counselors. So it's going to be nice for our ninth grade new parents, 9th graders, and new families. Last year we did it, and we had a really successful Saturday morning meeting with parents. We even went to the alumni house across the street, the Venice alumni house. That was awesome field trip. So again, if you're new, and if you want to just get on, that's going to be tomorrow from 10 to 11. Information is on the website. So I think now, if I could ask HT, if there are any questions that you might want to ask that I might be able to answer.
Yes, so we have a lot of concerned incoming 9th grade parents whose children do not have device and book pickup until next week. So they are concerned about being at the school to pick up devices and also expected to go on to do the modules. So I don't know if you want to clarify that the modules can be done after they pick them up as long as they get to them.
2 things. Yes, they can do the modules after they pick them up. And if they need to just come in on Monday, we will make that happen. We have to address making sure all our kids, especially if you need that Chromebook, then it's okay to come in on Monday. It's okay to come in on Monday because we've got to get you ready to go for Tuesday. So, but if you don't need the Chromebook, come on your assigned time on Tuesday. And then after that, it's going to be all makeup for whoever doesn't get their devices. Again, the school's open until 4, so there'll be people available to help you all the way until 4 o'clock. Is that okay? Did I answer, Ms. HT?
Yes. So I'm just looking to see. That would be one of the main concerns. Several have asked if we are recording it and if we will be posting it on the website.
And what are we? Are we doing that?
Yes. We
okay,
probably.
After that, huh?
Yep, the intro. They might have missed the intro and the recording opening. I didn't quite catch the intro, but other than that, the bulk of this presentation has been recorded and will be available and posted on our website.
Okay. Anything else?
Just kind of looking at a trend. No, I think those are the larger scheme of the ones you might be answering live.
Okay. And we were able to answer some of the questions with our panelists. Probably they were able to get back to the parents?
Yes, our panelists are still working on answering questions, such as changing classes and.
Okay. What about, are we going to be doing that poll that we talked about for the parents or not?
Yes.
No?
Yeah, we can do the poll. So they want to verify, so they want to be clear. The difference between when instruction starts and when students actually are to start logging in, and is the expectation that they do log in on the 18th and the 19th? Are they expected to log in on those days to speak?
Yes, they are. They're expected to log in at 9 o'clock. Remember, we're taking attendance for the 18th and 19th. So they're going to log in and do the modules. They're going to log in to go to see the principal, what the principal has to say. They're going to log in on Wednesday for the modules, and they're going to log in or the teachers are going to kind of bring them to log in to get into the teacher's advisory class about connecting with them and maybe some quick meeting on expectations or whatever the teachers are going to tell them. They have to log in.
Okay, can you explain a little bit about advisory? I was explaining to them that it's not a period and itself, that it's either a morning advisory or an afternoon advisory.
Right. There's one going to be, your child will either be in the one before lunch or the one after lunch. I believe it's 30 minutes. I don't have it in front of me. This all came to us and we're putting it all together. But what it's going to be, it's going to be a smaller class. So the reason why it's put in place so that way there's going to be a time when our students and their teacher in a smaller group, anywhere from maybe 15 to 16 to 13, depending on their advisory class, where that teacher will have a lesson that will support them, everything outside of their standards, right? Everything outside of standard-based instruction for their classes, right? Outside of PE, seeing or English or math. So, you know, right now it will be a lot about getting ready to be the best online virtual students, right? How they're going to be doing the best way on that. So that's what that advisor is. It's going to be to advise our kids to be connected to that teacher, and that teacher is going to be giving them information that's going to connect them to school, that we can and move them forward through this whole pandemic. Because this is only through this time. Because once we go back to normal, it goes back to normal. There are a lot of schools that have this in their regular schedule. Venice doesn't. This is what was agreed upon with the UTLA and the district to have. So,
so they're asking a little more detail about that advisory. Is it are there credits for the course? How's the grading? What's the curriculum look like?
Yeah, so the curriculum will vary. It could be maybe some, you know, as they're going to be by grade level. Another thing that I would want to share is that I was very, very proud and happy of our instructional leadership team that we've met many times before this meeting. And they decided where we wanted to mix our kids for the magnet kids and the comprehensive. Now is the time that they're all going to be mixed. So say, for example, the 12th graders, right? If the counselor needs to come in and talk to them about the college application or what's coming up with the test or SAT or whatever. So depending on the grade level, that's going to be the curriculum. You know, it could be on issuing on social emotional learning. You know, how are we supporting all our students, you know, outside of the classroom and different curriculum. But we're going to give you that information. That's going to be information that's going to be available. You're going to be able to know what that is. Teachers will have access to that, and we'll get back to you. It will be since it's not a regular class. It will be a no pass class, right? Pass fail. So it's really just showing up all the time. I'm sure they'll get that passing grade. So that's what the grading and the curriculum.
Okay, and I think people are a little interested about what physical education will look like.
That's a good question. As our PE department, I was so impressed and proud of them about what they did the last 3 months and how they made the expectations for their students or what they needed to do for their activities and how they were going to hold them accountable and what type of work that they wanted to do, whether it was reports or so forth. So it's going to be similar. You know, they're now working together to put time next week to kind of make sure they collaborate as a professional learning committee to come up with what's going to be the best for their first 25 days and then continue on. But it's going to be in the direction of the teachers, but they did a good job at the end of the year. So you'll see a lot what kids would be able to do at their home, right? Because they're limited. So they're going to have to adjust it in that way. Anything else?
Okay, so okay, I think I'm behind, so I think you've already addressed some of these. Okay. Homeroom, is the homeroom the same as advisory? The language homeroom they said is being used. That's the same, correct?
Yeah. Advisory is our homeroom. Yes, advisory is our homeroom.
Okay, and class changes reach counselors.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that information is on the website. That you go to our website, you can get that information. There's a form that they got to fill out and submit it to the counselor, and the counselor takes it forward to what they're going to do with those students.
Okay, so I want to say we've covered quite a few. For for ninth graders, if they're not sure who their counselor is, what would be the quickest method for them to determine that?
They could call the school and we could
Yeah.
direct them on that.
Okay.
I invite the ninth grade parents to come tomorrow because we do have a counselor that's going to be talking about all of that. So I invite them to come tomorrow for ninth grade.
Okay, and there will be a counselor at our meeting tomorrow. So ninth grade parents, there will be a counselor there, and that counselor will be available to communicate.
Right. They could call the school and the school could also help them with their counselor.
Okay. So at this time, maybe I should share the poll?
Yeah, then I'll just close after. If I could just close after, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Okay, everyone. So we have a poll. I'm going to launch this poll. It's just one question. And this is our first time doing our town hall. And we just want to know if we're on the right track of how this can be helpful. So I have a poll here and I just want to launch it. If you could make your decision, it would be very, very helpful. And we could see how to improve this going further. We already see a couple things we could do to improve it. But I really would appreciate you communicating with us and letting us know where you're at. Gonna leave it up there. A few more seconds. Give people time. Our panelists are still working on answering questions. Okay. Oh, there's a few more. We're at almost at least over 80% have voted. Giving them a few more minutes, Mr. Griego. I don't want to miss a vote. Okay. All right, I'm going to end the poll in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I thank you all for participating. It looks like we have at least 50% felt that this has somewhat helpful and 47% felt it was very helpful. So we're on the right track with these town halls, Mr. Griego.
Okay, good job. Thank you so much on that, Ms. HT. You did a great job. I wanted just to close, start off with, and I didn't share at the beginning. I thank you for coming on today and apologize about yesterday. There was a family emergency. I live by the fires. We had a fire in the backyard. We had to be evacuated, but right away I communicated with my team, and I want to lead into the team that we have, the administrative team, where I was just able to text them, email them. Okay, we need to call the parents. We need to let them know we're going to cancel and move to today. And I got a great admin team. You got a great admin team that's working for you to make it the best way and the best start and the best way as we're addressing this new way of teaching and learning, right? And of course, I didn't commend the counselors, right? The counselors have got are right now working so hard to make sure everybody's programmed. We get new students every day. Like I said, our enrollment is growing, and it's exciting to see that. And our counselors are doing a great job making sure the kids have their classes and making adjustments if there was a mistake, because there might be a glitch. I had some parents coming, oh, my kid plays this sport and they gave him this sport. Well, we'll fix it. But the counselors are working hard with that. And of course, all the support team, right? All our secretaries and our clerical and our custodians that made our campus look really ready for our parents and our students to come in to pick up their books and to be available by phone calls and to address you in person. So I thank you for showing up today for the town hall. I again invite our ninth grader and new families to come tomorrow. Whoever wants to show to the Zoom meeting, it's on the website. And again, my door is always open. Email. I'm always there for you. I know right now, when they say a door is open, well, not all the time, right? Because of the pandemic, and we don't really recommend that. We want you to email or call, but we're always available, and we always get back to you. And I will make sure of that. So please give us that time. If you need anything, come to me, call me, email, and I'm going to help you in the best way that I can. So again, thank you. Please be involved. There's a lot of things coming up that we want you to come back to meetings, and because it's just starting. This is the first one, right? We're going to have our coffee with the principal. We're going to have our election night meeting. We're going to have our FOG meetings and our PTS. Every month we do invite our parents to be involved. Be involved, whether you're on the e-board, or you're on the president or vice president, or you're just coming to help us and be here and give and share your concerns. Come at me and hold me accountable. I welcome you to hold me accountable as the principal of this high school and to work with you. I got 2 daughters in high school. One's a freshman, one's a senior, and I expect them to do the great job. Of that, I'm gonna ask and see what's going on. So I welcome you to hold me accountable as the principal. And so come to these meetings or communicate to me. And I want to thank you again for coming on a Friday evening. I know we lost some parents because they had other plans already for Friday. But we are going to record this, and it's going to be available so people can see this again. So thanks again. Have a good evening. We wanted to keep it within an hour. I thought it was going to be less than the time that we're going. I think we're at about 50 minutes or maybe 45 minutes. But thank you again for coming, and we'll see you at the next parent meeting.